Alright guys, welcome back for a new video. Monday Open, here we go. Is this recording? Let me see. Yep, we're recording. Alright. Monday Open, market opens in 3 minutes. So, let's discuss the idea that we want to see. And so, basically, we pushed up there to 340s, near that pivot at 350s. And now we're dumping back down. We're back at the pivot from the 287s. And we're below the 300s. So it's very simple. Above the 300s we look for a long, below the 300s we look for a short. Perhaps down there into the 200s, maybe we dump it. Maybe we dump to this pivot down there. But let's see what happens. Alright. So on the hourly chart we are dumping. So maybe we should look for a short, because as you can see we pushed back up to the VWAP, we dumped. It's turned to resistance, an area that was previously served as a possible long opportunity, now just became a short opportunity. Now let's look at this setup here, for instance, pre-market, where we literally we pushed up into this overall, we dumped and we pushed up into this overall bear flag, and this overall resistance came into it, right, at the 307s. Where previously it was resistance, we pushed above it and we just dumped below it, only to turn into resistance again. So this 307 level was resistance right here. So let's do it. Let's see what happens. And as you can see, you could have got short at the break, at the 300 break, and got a nice reward for it. But now let's just see, will we dump? On the QQQ we got a gap to the downside, and on the ES we got a gap to the downside as well on the SPY. ES is holding down as well at the moment. ES holding VWAP, and let's see Nasdaq dumping below VWAP. Now we want the ES to continue below this overall 40 area. Let's see what happens. Let's see, is everything ready? Today, depending on the price action, I might move it to 4 micros or just 3 micros. 1 hourly chart looks bearish. We made the daily high up there, 340s. And let's see, 340 level. Before we get into it, before we begin, don't forget, like, subscribe, share with your friends. Let's get it. 4 seconds. Let's go. So what I want to see right now is this. As you can see, we're pushing. No point in getting short right here. We bounced off of this 282, this 282 level. No point getting short right now. It's wicking. See what happens. Okay, so on the Nasdaq right now, we got this overall resistance support pattern here. Now let's see. It depends what the price action will be today. I'll take trades according to the price action. I think we pushed back up to the VWAP 93s and then we dumped. Previous support area 270 level. I'm gonna mark this area as a key level. Remember, above the 300s we look for longs, below the 300s we might look for shorts. We want to see what type of action there is in order to get short. Remove the 15-minute chart here. Let's see. There's no point doing anything right now because there's literally no setup. There is well, what I want to see is dump below the 70s, somewhere in the 260s, come back into the 270s and then continue downwards. That's what I like to see. So it's basically something, wait, something like this. That's what I want to see. Okay, we're going. Let's see. 270 area, there it is. 270s. If we can dump back there, 260s, and then retest the 270s, that'd be sick. 85s down there to the 70s. Might take it like 4. I might move it to 4, you know. Might keep it at 3 micros or just bump it up to 4. As you can see, 260s right there, 260s. We need a setup. 5-minute chart. Right there, previous resistance. 260s. Right here as well, tanked it. Maybe we want to fill that gap on the Nasdaq, basically. That tiny gap on the Nasdaq that goes all the way down at 216s. So let's see. Do we take it higher? Okay, we claim some liquidity and now we're absolutely ripping. 27 points. Wow. Above the 300, we look for a long. Look at this view up. View up once again. Make it or break it. Let's see what happens. There's nothing to be traded here. No setup here. No setup. Massive chop. We need to get out of this range. Push up there to previous resistance. 300s. Might bump it up to oh shit, I don't want that. As much as I want to get long at the 85s, I don't think it's a practical reason to do so. There's just no structure and there's no reason for us to take a trade right now because there's no. We ran on this previous. Let's go to the 50-minute chart here. We ran on this previous support area. We ran this liquidity all the way down to the 260s and we bounced. So right now we're looking for some type of action that tells us, okay, there's some resistance. It's breaking over and then bouncing through it. Oof. What is this? Jesus. Thought I muted that WhatsApp app. Okay, so as you can see, we're pushing. We're basically pushing down here. But there's no reason for us to take a trade anywhere. My stop would be at the 80s at this point, I think. It would be above this previous candle. I don't know. It's just it's one of those days, I believe. One of those days where we can get stopped out either way. So remember, we're gonna sit here 30 minutes or so, see what happens. We need to break. Okay, this okay. So this is what we want to see next. We're gonna take this off. This is what we want to see next. So 260s and the 290s. There's the range. We got it all settled up. We got it all prepared. This is a range right now. We're gonna stay out of it. We either push out, retest the 290s and rip higher. or we dump down, retest the 260s, and dump back further. That's what we want to see. Remember, we got a gap on the QQQ right here to fill. We got a ES is pushing above VWAP. We opened at VWAP apparently. We opened around the VWAP area, so we might be extremely choppy. Plus, I think there's a day today. There's a special day, international something. I don't remember what it is, but I'm pretty sure the markets will not offer us too much opportunity. Let's go for a short stop into the 85s. Looks good, to me at least. We're gonna bump it down to 3. But we need to get out of this range first, so we want to see a dump and then retest at the 60s. We want that clean price action. I don't think we'll be getting it today, so let's be patient. Be patient, be smart. Take the right trades, take the right setups. What's the volume on the Nasdaq today anyway? 106k, not bad. Okay, we're breaking. There it is. Break through the range and give us a setup like back up there to the 260s. Dump a little bit more. Pull back into the 60s. Look to get short. We're playing for the gap fill, but the price action, I believe the price action will not be too nice. We need some type of setup. There's no reason for us to take any type of trades. There it is, there's the gap fill. The ES, however, is extremely tricky. The ES is staying up and it's quiet. It looks like as if it wants to push up their 46s. There's a pivot up there, 46. Push up there, back up there to the 60s, give us like a clean setup that we're gonna break. Let's keep an eye on the ES for a short time. Come on, bounce up there to that to the bottom of that range. There it is. There's a good one. I'm gonna get short right here. Stop up there. Recent highs. I'm gonna set my stop back down there, 40s. Just be patient. Take it down there, 40s. Fill me. Maybe if we want to like break 35s. Gonna move my stop to break even. 35s, 33s down there. Just be patient. Flush down there through the 40s. Don't get stuck. Give it a little bit of room. There it is, through the 40s. There it is, 33. Do I take it off? Wait, be patient. This wants to go, 33s. Give it a little bit of room. Oof. Take it off here, 44s. I'm gonna take it off right here for a solid $112 in profit. Let's fucking go. This was exactly it, guys. Let's fucking go. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Look at it. Through the 30s now. $109. We're up 373. More or less I could have, you know, pushed for a... There it is. 217s, you know, maybe we're going down there 200s now. That was the essential short that we wanted to see, you know. We took the setup and could have let it run a little longer. I should train myself probably to do that. I want to let it like run a little longer. But that was exactly the idea that we talked about before it even happened. Remember, like I said, this was the range, bottom of the range, top of the range. We dump through it, come back, retest the 260s, and dump back further. Didn't we talk about this, guys? Come on, it can't get more clear than that. There we go, gap filled on the QQQ. We can close this. ES back down there. S&P, the SPY didn't yet fill the gap. Oof! Wow, 200s. What a trade. What a trade. 15 minutes into the open. Now, what do I want to see happen at this point? We're into the 200s. Let's see. Yep, we're at the pivot here. For now, I think if we can push up there... What's the middle of this? 15-minute candle. This 15-minute candle here. Maybe we push up there somewhere 240s. 220s perhaps. But I think I'm just gonna take my profits and walk away. Look at this, we keep dumping. Holy smokes. That was the perfect entry. Stop at the recent highs, 262s. More or less I could have held it for more, but there we go, 36. Take the profit in 36s. If we can push up there 220s, 220s next, probably can enter, we can find a better entry somewhere here, 220s, if we want to get short again. Now we're going to be patient. Maybe we push back up there, 225s, essentially. Yeah, 220s. No point in getting long here. We can easily get dumped on. No point in... This is... I think I've seen this setup so many times. It goes for a really deep move. and then it pulls back quite literally, and it looks like it's extremely easy to get your cheeks clapped, possibly at this level. It just has that structure where no matter if you go long or short, it will like completely wreck you and your account. Maybe we bump it up to 4. Let's see, 220s. So on the 20s, 15 points, 15 points. There it is, there's the dump, holy cow. I wanted a little bit more of a push. Can be a fake out. Keep pushing, or resistance 21, 200. Key level. This can just milk right through it. Now we can take these off. We've had our setup. Okay, there it goes. Down there, 2 A's. We pushed up there 18s technically, so guys, let me tell you something. The market, what it will do sometimes, it will give you one, maybe two setups, two very good setups which you can use to capitalize, but afterwards it will just be choppy action. So don't be foolish to believe that you can trade all afternoon. This cannot happen because the market only gives you, there are days when it will give you multiple good setups, but those are rare days. But sometimes it will just give you one, maybe two good setups, but the rest of the action will just be chop, 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 chop. ES, getting stuck. Let's see the news feed. Unfortunately, there's literally, maybe I need to refresh this. Tomorrow, tomorrow we have a very important day. We have US CPI, core CPI 14:30 Belgium time. I will record the initial reaction and let's see how the market is tomorrow. Tomorrow is a huge, very important day, so stick around for that. We may get, I might get maybe a little push, you know, from the 90s maybe. No, tiny push through the 94s, back up there, 200s, maybe for a small scalp. But I'm tempted to do what I shouldn't do, so I probably will not do it. I won't do it. Very strong action, to be honest. Move up to the 10-minute chart. 10-minute charts, basically just red, red, red. But yeah, that was the short, guys. That was the perfect short. See, that's why you don't get long at the bottom. We're gonna, I think, based on the daily chart, this type of candle shows that we might be due for a pullback. I mean, look at this. Every daily candle just pushed. It's insane. Super strong action. Bullish action. The bulls, the bears fighting around, and at the end the bulls, they pushed up high. We ripped like what? We ripped from the 200s. 20,200. We ripped all the way 21,300, which is insane. Okay, so if you got long here and you put your stop at the recent lows, you probably would have got stopped out somewhere here, because no one's stupid enough to put their stop lower than the recent low. But I think right now the way this looks is that we might be due for a solid pullback. I think, yeah, we made also new highs on the day, guys. We made new highs. We made new all-time highs, 2100, 345, which is absolutely crazy. So we might be due for a pullback. So this week I think we might see 2100 again. So it might be very bearish days, so it might be for a pullback. That doesn't mean we're entering a bull market, but it will be like a pullback, perhaps then continue higher. Maybe even, you know what I'd like to see? I'd like to see this pull into the middle. Let me see if I can pull up the charts here. So guys, if you're trading with me, if you're watching my videos and you guys are trading with me, futures, let me give you a tip. We might be due for a pullback, a deeper one. Specifically, I'd like to see this pullback maybe into the 2800s. That would be a sick place to pull back. But let's pull up a Fibonacci ratio, guys. Let's see. So an optimal pullback, a 50% pullback from this move would be in the 20,684. So this would be 50% of the move, 50% pullback, and then look for a continuation. So we might, in the following days, we might see a lot of dumpster mode going on. We're not surprised that this happens. We could already see it. Apparently the market's pushing above the 200s. Getting stuck again, 200s. I could have went in a standard mini, but you know how it is. If you cannot handle the micros, guys, you have no business going with the minis, and that's exactly what I'm trying to teach on this channel. If you cannot handle the micros, if you cannot make money with a little bit, if you can't make money with a little bit, I think you shouldn't have business putting a lot on the line if you can't generate 3K with like 4, maybe 3 micros. So we're staying on track right now. We're up $109. We're up and running. We are up $373 on the combine. We got 20. Let's see. I believe we got somewhere around $2,700 left to go. The reason why right now I won't go short or long is because this looks the market now looks something like this. It looks as if, you know, we're not stable, and we can anytime push above the 200s here. Plus the ES looks very bearish. Might get down there again, 6,032. Wants to fill the gap on the SPY. Gap on the QQQ got filled already. Remember guys, we have from the previous days immense gaps, so that's why I think we might be due for a huge pullback. We have unfilled gaps from the last Thursday. We have another unfilled gap from the last Wednesday, and finally we have another gap from the last Tuesday. So we're gonna be grinding down, as you can see, slowly but surely back down into the 500s on the QQQ. We're at the pivot on the QQQ, so let's be a little bit careful. Just red, 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 red. 5-minute chart is extremely red, and what I'd like to see is something like this now. There are pullbacks, as you can see. There's a pullback on this wick, but it's not enough. There's no structure. There's no like wave. It's not like wavy, you know. It's not like convincing me in. It's not convincing enough for me to jump short. But I think this was, guys, this was the play of the day, the 260 play. This was it. Oh damn! Come on. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's time to walk away. It's been 30 minutes and a bit since I've been recording. We're walking away green. Let's see the performance center. This is the performance center. So gross P&L, 1 single trade, 6 number of micros traded, winning contracts 3, and largest winning trade was 112 after commissions and fees, which not bad at all. We're left with 109 profit, which is amazing, and we held the trade for 2 minutes and 15 seconds. No losing trades. Absolutely wonderful, perfect setup. If I can describe how this setup was, it was truly the perfect setup. We talked about this play before it even happened. I said we're gonna dump, retest the 260s, and take a short from there. You could have literally held it for more, but you know, tiny scalps, you know, we're scalpers, we're day traders. You could have held for more, for all the way down there to the 200s, which would have been absolutely amazing. And I think, depending on the day, I think I will end up just moving my stop, and I will end up letting it run as much as possible. Why? Because, I mean, come on. It's amazing. Come on. So we're already 6 days into trading this eval account with Apex Trader Funding. By the way, check them out, apextraderfunding.com. Sign up with them. It's very cheap. 80% off right now. Deal going on. Use my code down in the description. Sign up with them and check them out, guys. We might push back up here, but I think I'm done for today. We are up and running, $109 profit. We might make a double bottom, so maybe I take a long from here, 75s. Let's see, are we finally gonna go for a pullback on the 15-minute chart, around there, maybe back up there, 200 area. This is chopped to the downside. It's not actually tradable, so be very careful. Nope. All right, fair enough. Move it back down to 3. We're gonna log out, make sure we exit and close all positions, and that's it. We're gonna just close it, and this is it, guys. We got it laid out, we took the setup, we stayed disciplined, we stayed patient for the setup, we took it, and now we're leaving. Remember, trading is not about making a lot of money. It is, and you can make a lot of money, but it's more about ensuring to stay on track, not lose your account, and stay alive enough to catch those massive days. In the following days, I might be buying another evaluation account with Apex, and on that account, by the way, guys, I will make videos where I will go in 1 mini, maybe even 2 minis, taking the setups and showing you guys the results. If we can pass that combine, it will be insane. But right now, it's time to walk away. Like I said, the market will give you good setups. It will give you 1, maybe 2 good setups, which in case, I mean, this one, more or less, we topped that 218s. In order, you could have got, I believe, short here, stop into the 19s, and could have grabbed another 25 points out of it, but it's just choppy. I think this was an A+ setup, and this was a good setup, like good and a half, right? So it's not perfect setup, but this was it. Like I said, the market will give you 1 or maybe 2 good setups, and then it will be this. Just instead of having flowy action, you will have most likely what's this type of bullshit like this, untradable. But we took the setup and now we're walking away. Peace to the Middle East, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys for Tuesday Open.